Good morning, dear students. I welcome you all in the fourth semester of BSc, part 2, and we are going to start Unit 1, that is Coordination Compounds. This is the A part of Unit 1. In this coordination compounds, when we say, we will talk about ligands, then central metal ion. Whenever the coordination compound comes, it is about the central metal ion and the number of ligands attached to it. Now these coordination compounds can be of different types. Okay, so here you can see this types of addition compounds. In that we are going to see in coordination compounds also we are going to see the molecular or addition compounds. Okay, now these addition compounds are also of two types, that is double salts and coordination compound. Now first we will talk about the addition compounds, what they are. Now depending upon the behavior in their aqueous solution means when they are dissolved in water. So in that, on that basis they are classified as double salts and coordination compounds are complex salts. यानी कि डबल salts पहली कैटेगरी और दूसरी है complex salts. Okay, now first we will see what are double salts. Now when we say double salts, here you can check the examples here. Double salts, these are the addition compounds. This is the definition. These are the addition compounds which are stable in solid state but lose their identity when dissolved in water or any other ionic solvent. So these double salts are one type of addition compounds. Now these are the addition compounds which are stable in solid state. मतलब जब तक वो solid state में रहेंगे they are stable, but when you dissolve it or when they are coming in contact with water or any ionic solvent means जिसमें पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव आयंस हो, तो इस तरह के सॉल्वेंट अगर उसके कांटेक्ट में आते हैं, सो व्हाट विल हैपन, दे विल लूज देयर आइडेंटिटी. Now some examples are given here like potash alum, kernelite and Mohr salt. Now first we are going to see the potash alum. Now in exam point of view, just keep in mind most of the times the formula of this compounds are asked. Formula of potash alum, kernelite, their preparation method, or define double salts, or what is potash alum, in which category it is coming, and so many questions, 1 mark questions can be there in this small portion. Okay, so first we are going to see and understand the formula. So first is the example of potash alum. Now here you can see K2SO4 yani potassium sulfate, then aluminium sulfate. This is treated with water, that means when it is coming in contact with aqueous solution, it is forming K2SO4, Al2, SO43 and 24 molecules of water. This whole formula is of potash alum. Okay, you must be knowing about this potash alum in our day-to-day life or in general cosmetics and many more chemical items. These are used. Now second is kernelite. Now when we say kernelite, see the preparation. KCl means potassium chloride, then magnesium chloride. When they are coming in contact with water or when it is dissolved in water, it is forming a complex, that is KCl, MgCl2 and 6 molecules of water. So this is the second one, kernelite and potash alum. Now here we are talking about various examples, and if you scroll it again you will get the third example, that is Mohr salt. So these three are very common examples of double salts. Now what is the actual common factor between them, or why they are categorized in double salts? These salts have the characteristic that when they are dissolved in water, like this, see potash alum, when it is dissolved in water it will lose its identity, means it will not remain as K2SO4, Al2SO4, and 24 molecules of H2O. It will not remain like this. Now what will happen to it? It will ionize as K plus. Now see here, ठीक है, इस कंपाउंड को ध्यान से देखिए, इसमें से जो आयंस हैं, मेन आयंस, वो किस तरह से डिसोशिएट होंगे. K प्लस फिर है एल्यूमिनियम, तो एल्यूमिनियम Al3 positive, and sulfate is also there, so SO4 2 negative. Now here you can find some of the printing mistakes are there, so that you have to correct. Okay, in textual language some printing mistakes can be there, but in actual or in writing work you have to take care of that. So here when you are talking about potash alum, we are getting the ions in separate form, they are not in the combined form. Okay, now take the second example. Now check for carnallite. Now carnallite again is having KCl, MgCl2 and 6H2O. So what will happen to it when it is dissolved in water? So K plus Cl negative, and what is another ion? Mg. So it is Mg. Along with oxidation state you can easily identify the ions. So Mg2 plus. So in this way the ions will be distributed. Okay. Now what about the Mohr salt? Just check the Mohr salt. When it is dissolved in water or any other ionic solvent, again it will lose its identity. Now see the formula for Mohr salt: FeSO4 2 negative, NH4 twice, SO4 2 negative, and 6 molecules of water. So that correction you have to do. Okay. Now check for the ions, how they will be distributed. Fe is there, so Fe, okay, Fe with 2 plus ion. Then SO4 is there, SO4 2 negative is there. Again this ammonium is also there, so NH4 positive. Again what is left here? I think it's over now. Okay, so Fe2 plus, then NH4 plus, and sulfate ion SO4 2 negative. So here you can find that how the ions are randomly distributed, they are not in the combined form. So that is actually happens in the double salt. Now one again special characteristic of this addition compound or molecular compounds, how they are prepared. So they are simply, what will happen when two or more simple salts we are mixing together. Okay, so in a simple molecular proportion, so a proper proportion will be taken and solution we will get, because we are mixing two or more salts. So we are getting a solution, then this solution is evaporated, and then crystals of new compounds are formed. Now this crystals of new compounds which are formed here, they are nothing but this molecular compound or addition compound. In that we are talking about the double salt. Now the second category that we are going to see is related to the coordination compound. The first we have seen now. Now when we say coordination compound, this is the second type of addition compounds. Now they have the special characteristic that they will not lose their identity in solution form. Means when we are dissolving in any solvent, they will not lose their identity. मतलब अलग अलग आयंस वहाँ बनेंगे नहीं, या break on नहीं होगा उनका. ठीक है, जैसे here you can see the compounds. Okay, like FeCN twice and KCN. So it is forming K for FeCN6. Potassium ferrocyanide. ठीक है, so potassium ferrocyanide is forming here in the first example. So this is formed from FeCN twice and KCN. Now if you dissolve it in water, check it for it. So here is the result. When it is dissolved in water, what will happen? K positive is there, but in the square bracket it is FeCN6 is there. So that will remain as a complex ion. It will not get dissociate there. Okay. Now when it is dissolved in water, simply the K plus ion gets separated here, but instead of Fe plus or Cn negative ion, instead of dissociating, they are simply forming the complex ion here. So as the formation of complex ion is there, so that's why it is called as complex salt or coordination compound. Here you can see the second example also. When copper sulfate and ammonia is reacting with each other, they are forming cupric ammonium sulfate. So in this cupric ammonium sulfate, So what is happening here? See the second example. Check the second example. This one. When it is dissolved in water, what will happen? यहाँ H2 होना चाहिए ऊपर arrow में. So here you can see Cu NH3 4 and their oxidation state 2 plus is there. In the square bracket is there, the ion is present. So that's why it is known as complex ion. Okay. Now this complex ion is there and sulfate ion is also a byproduct there. So here we are not getting any single ions or dissociated single ions. We are getting a group of ions in a complex way. So that's why as there is a formation of complex ion, so again they are not losing their identity in the solution. So that's why these coordination compounds are called as complex compounds. Okay. So these are two types of complexes that we have seen today. In the next video, we are going to see the basic definitions related to coordination compounds. Hope so you have understood these simple compounds and complex compounds based on their identity and their behavior in aqueous solution. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.